It is basic English, but I always hear mistakes, even from students who are intermediate level, upper intermediate, sometimes even advanced. There are mistakes when students make questions. So it's always good to review, even if you're advanced. If you're really, really advanced, this lesson might be too easy, a little bit too simple, but honestly, I'll still try to make it difficult for you if you're advanced. But anyways, I'm going to do a series of videos about questions, and this is the most basic lesson on making questions. So I just decided to start from the beginning, and there will be more videos and more classes about questions, and they'll be more and more challenging as we go. But anyways, let's get into it. And question number one is a warm-up question, and we'll just speak. I'll ask you the question, and well, actually, okay, let's do it a little bit differently. It doesn't make sense for me to ask you the question, does it? So, okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with Jessica. And Jessica, can you please ask Danny the the first question, and then Danny will answer the question. And then please ask Danny the next question, and then she'll answer the next question. So try your best. Don't be nervous if you make a mistake, no worries. And okay, Jessica, please start. Please ask this question to Danny.
Okay, teacher. Danny, how long have you been studying English?
I have been studying. I'm sorry.
Good. No, sorry. Go.
I have been studying English for 2 years.
Good. And next question, Jessica.
Okay. Do you plan on traveling to an English-speaking country once the pandemic is over?
Yes, I intend traveling for United States for improve my English on the future.
Awesome. That's great. And now, Danny, can you ask Jessica the questions, please?
Jessica, how long have you been studying English?
I had been studying English for 5 years.
Do you plan on traveling to English-speaking country once the pandemic is over?
Yeah, I would like to travel to London once someday.
Wow. Fantastic. Great job, you two. That was really well done. Okay, let's go now. The first one.
Okay. How long have you been studying English?
Actually, I have been studying English since 2009. Yeah.
Okay. Do you plan on traveling to an English-speaking country once the pandemic is over?
Not really, but I want to travel in the future. Maybe I want to go to London, maybe. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Wow, you guys did great. That was so good. That was like, there wasn't any mistakes really in that. So it's hard. That was excellent. Great job, guys. I too would love to go to London. Okay, nice. Next one, let's go with Hawo and Jorge. Jorge, if you notice, I'm working on my pronunciation of your name, especially the R's. So okay, Jorge and Hawo. And Hawo, can you please ask the question to Jorge first, and then he will ask you the question. Okay, Hawo, please ask him the question.
Okay, thank you. How long have you been studying English?
Well, studying for 4.5 years, maybe. That's good.
And next question, please.
Okay. Do you plan on traveling to an English-speaking country once the pandemic is over?
I plan to back to San Diego again.
Wow. Good. One small thing. Can you say it like this? Can you say that one more time, please, Cassia?
Okay. Yes, I plan on going back to San Diego once. Yeah, once.
Once the pandemic is over. Good. Excellent. Very, very good job, you two. Okay, now, Cassia, please ask Louisanne the first question.
Yeah. Luis, how long have you been studying English?
I think I have been studying English since 2017.
Really? That's it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, sorry to interrupt. And now the next question, please, Cassia.
Okay. Do you plan on traveling to an English-speaking culture once the pandemic is over?
Yeah, of course. I plan on going to travel to New Zealand once the pandemic is over.
Whoa. Why do you want to go there? What specifically makes you want to go to New Zealand?
Okay, well, so I've been reading a lot of things about New Zealand, and well, so since I was a child, I believe I love this country. I don't know what, but I like to visit one day, and
Wow.
that's the plan.
Fantastic. Wow, very good. That's great. Well, I hope you can travel to New Zealand. I heard it's beautiful and amazing. I think the airplane ride is really, really long.
Yes.
I mean, but that's it. That's the only thing. Once you get there, I'm sure it's amazing. Awesome job,
Yeah.
guys. And I think so there is, of course, a basic form to this, and it's a question word. If you have a question word, you don't always have a question word. That goes in the beginning. Then you have your helping verb, and then you have your subject, and then you have your main verb of the question. And this is basically the structure that you're going to use in even more advanced questions. So there are a couple of main issues that I hear. Let's go and practice that in the area below so we can focus on some of these issues that I hear so often. And there are 3 sentences below here. And what we're going to do is fix the mistake in each sentence. So there is a mistake in each sentence. And I would like you to identify the mistake and tell me what it is. So could somebody chime in if they think that they know the mistake in the first one? I'll read it to you. There's something wrong here. Something is wrong, so don't say this. What time you did come home last night? What time you did come home? Anna. Oh, Anna, nice. Thanks for raising your hand, Anna. I like that. Please, Anna, what do you think is the mistake?
I think in the first is, what time did you come home last night?
Correct. Yes. In this example, the mistake has to do with the order. And when you make a question, you need to have the helping verb before the subject. So it should be, what time did you come home last night? This is a very common mistake in English. Students say, what time you did come home last night? Do I understand it? Well, of course I understand it, but it sounds unnatural. It doesn't sound right. It sounds like you're not a native speaker, and we want to sound native so we can, be successful when we speak. So again, it's a very basic form here that we're going to follow. And that's great, Anna. Thank you very much. So would somebody like to please look at letter B? Letter B, how long time did you stay there? Whoa, we got so many people. Thanks for raising your hand. I love that feature. Okay, let's go for Tanu Khan. Tanu, since you're back, let's unmute and give you the opportunity.
Okay. How did you stay long time there? Or how did you long time stay there?
Close, but not quite. Close, but not quite, but good try. We're getting there. David, go for it.
And how long did you stay there? How long did you stay there?
Correct, yes. So actually, I think in Spanish and Portuguese, you might like have and you say it in your language, you literally say how long time. But in English, you don't say how long time. You just say how long, and you never say how long time. I don't know why, but you just don't say it. So you just say how long. And then as you can see, the other parts of the sentence are exactly how they should be. So again, I hear this so many times, like a million times in my life. How long time? How long time? But you don't say how long time. You never say that. Just say how long. And we know that you're talking about time. So that is a really common mistake to avoid. Just so you know.
Johnny,
Yes.
maybe you can use how long time when you take a test?
No. If you're asking about the time limit, you say how much time.
Ah, okay.
How much time do we have to do the test, right? How much time do we have to do the test? You're talking about the limit of time, but if you say how long, you're talking about a duration.
Okay.
So in your example, that will be we will cover this in a later video because yeah, you're kind of getting into some of the more challenging aspects. So but in your case, you would say how much time, or well, or you could say this too. Sorry, not to confuse you. You could also just say how long do we have?
You mean, Jonathan, how long did you stay there?
Yeah.
Not time. Not at time.
If somebody says, how long did you stay there? Well, to be honest, there is some like overlap. If somebody says, how long did you stay there? You would respond by saying like, I stayed for 6 months. I don't know, for example. I guess you could ask somebody, for example, how much time did you spend there? I mean, I guess you could say this too. I'm there's so many possibilities, but you just don't say how long time. Just remember that. Just remember, don't say how long time. Those 3 words don't go together like that.
I'm also confused here. So
yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's really common. Just here, I'll just say this. Don't say this.
Okay.
Don't say how long time. Or how
Okay.
about never? Never. There's not even, it's more than don't. Never. Zero. This is not a phrase in English. How long time? It's not a natural phrase. It's a transliteration. So just don't say how long time. And letter C. Letter C. Why are you look sad? Why are you look sad? What do we think? There's probably two ways to change this sentence to make it correct. I think there's two possibilities. So let's start with Kasia, please. What do you think?
Have two. I think now have look. Why
Yes.
are you?
Yes. Very good. The first thing you can do is just remove the verb look. That's the first thing. And let me write the correct version underneath. So what Kasia said, yes, was correct. Why are you sad? Correct. What is the other option for fixing this sentence based on what okay, Fran, go for it. Or somebody else. Yeah, what do we think?
I think that these are you sad.
Yeah, Jonathan, why are you sad?
That's correct. Yes, that is correct. There's maybe one more thing that you could say.
Why
Like,
are you?
let's
There is
try
no-
to use this verb. Try to use this verb in the sentence. How would we make a question using this verb look?
Why are you looking sad?
What? Why are
Are
you?
you look so?
There's a better one. Why?
How are you today?
You look
Why
sad?
do you look sad?
Yeah. And okay, so here we go, right? So do is a helping verb, right? Do goes with the main verb most of the time. Most of the time. This is an exception. The verb be is an irregular verb, and therefore there are many exceptions with the verb be. They're irregular, they're special. One major exception that you need to know is that with the verb be is just the only verb in a question. Most of the time, it can be the only verb in a question. So when you're using the verb be, if you make a question with the verb be, then it can function as the only verb in the sentence. But be is a special and irregular verb. So like, why are you sad? I am sad. I am not happy. But for most of the other verbs, you really need to have an auxiliary, which is going to be do, or it could be can, it could be a modal verb, right? Can you do this? Can you help me? But a lot of the time, most of the time, the helping verb is going to be do, and then you're going to have your main verb here. So really, this is the form of making a question, right? This is how you form a question, and it doesn't change that much. This is really the basic form that you need to follow. However, even though it does look very basic and very easy, as I said, there are a lot of mistakes that students make when they speak in English, even students in TOEFL class. I can't tell you how many TOEFL students or other students I've talked to who make mistakes quite often when they're forming questions, right? So basically just stick to the form. don't reinvent, don't add extra words. And then keep in mind, these are the three main mistakes that I hear with questions. Okay, and really quickly, let's do a little bit more practice, and I'll just let anybody speak who wants to speak. So here you see the answer to, right? You see the answer, but there is no question. So you need to look at the answer and create a possible question to that answer. And of course, there's more than one possibility. There's probably 15 or 20 different things that you could say. But let's just try to think of a possible question.
Teacher, I can.
Go for it.
Do you like to eat meat?
Sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. And if you see based on the, oh, where did it go? It disappeared. Okay. Okay, good, perfect. Do you like to eat meat? Okay, yes, perfect. That is definitely possible. You don't need a question word, as I say. You don't need a question word. If you don't have a question word, you're just going to have the helping verb. Don't forget that helping verbs are verbs. Helping verbs are verbs. Present tense, do. Past tense, did. Future tense, will you. So don't forget that you still have to follow the same rules of English. Okay, and now number 3. The answer is I usually exercise 5 times per week. And let's go with anybody who wants to just say it can say it.
Yo, me. How often do you do exercise?
Sure, you could say that. You could say that. Okay, just let somebody else give me a.
How many days do you do exercise?
How many days per week do you do exercise? I mean, exercise is a verb by itself, or you can make a verb phrase, do exercise. They're fine. How about anything else that you can think of?
How often do you usually work out?
Wow, yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Wow, perfect. And look, if the answer is using the present tense, then of course your question has to also be in the present tense, and it is in the present tense. You guys did a good job putting these into the present tense. How do I make this a past tense question? How do I make it a past tense question?
How often did you
Repeat. How often did you do exercise?
Sure. Did you do exercise? Yes. So the answer is to make this a question in the past tense. You change do to did, right? And now you're talking about the past tense. So you have to change the helping verb to change the tense, right? For example, did you like the movie, right? We're talking about the past tense. If somebody says, do you like the movie, right? They're asking you right now in the present tense. And obviously, we're not changing the main verb. We're just changing the helping verb. But don't forget, there are modal verbs. Can, may, would, should, could. There's more, right? Might. So you can also make questions like this, obviously. But it's the same exact form. It's the same exact structure, right? So your helping verb is oftentimes do or be, but your helping verb can also be a modal verb. And if it's a modal verb, the grammar does not change. The form does not change. You're still going to follow the basic form every time. And